Well, I'm in the kitchen with Cheryl Jameson from New Mexico Magazine. We're really excited about this. Okay, what are you making?
We are making cherry Pop-Tarts today. Does that sound like summer?
Oh my gosh, it sounds so delicious.
Oh, yes.
So is this something that I can, he loves Pop-Tarts, it's something I can make with my little one too?
Yes, you could. It's so much fun to do that together. You just put together a simple dough, and we've got, some good flour, good organic flour, a little bit of egg and a little bit of sugar in it, but not too much. It's really not super sweet like the commercial kind of these. And then the filling is made with, while we have lots of fresh cherries here, you can just use dried cherries for it too. It has a little bit of almond meal in it as well. And then we're going to do a simple frosting over the top with some little chopped dried cherries too. So that's what we're going to put together here in just a little bit.
Okay, great. So let's talk about the flour that you chose. Can you use different kinds of flour?
You can use any kind of all-purpose flour. You do need to use something with a little bit of gluten, or it could be a gluten-free flour that is developed to be specifically used in gluten recipes.
But so that's where it gets
you have a dough and it needs to hold together like this. So I'm using King Arthur organic flours. I just think it's wonderful flour, but you can use whatever from the grocery store that you find too. And I've got some organic almond meal too, which is red mill, Bob's Red Mill. This adds just a really nice element of a little bit of nuttiness to the filling. It helps it hold together, but it is actually gluten-free itself.
There you go.
And then our frosting or glaze for the tarts is pretty much powdered sugar, confectioner's sugar.
I love powdered sugar.
Yeah, a little water, a little milk, and then we'll top it with a few more little bits of cherry too.
So that's it, just powdered sugar, water, and milk?
For the glaze is really simple, and your little one is just going to have more fun with stirring together this kind of thing here.
Oh,
and then you'll put it on the top of the tart. So we'll show that
in
a little bit.
Or you just eat it.
Well, that's true. I mean, you could eat any one of these things.
So where did you get these cherries from? Because they look delicious.
Oh, I got those beautiful cherries from Whole Foods. I know you were talking about them earlier today.
We were,
yes. And the dried cherries came from there too. It is becoming cherry season here in New Mexico, but I was not smart enough to grab them on Saturday when I saw them at the Santa Fe Farmers Market. So I did get these beautiful Bings and Rainiers from Whole Foods. But they have these gorgeous looking dried cherries too. So we're going to use those in this, and we'll talk a little bit about Silver City too, because I found these Pop-Tarts down there. Not that they couldn't be other places, but
all right. Well, we'll get into that in just a little bit, but for now we're going to send things over to Chad.
We're back in the kitchen with Cheryl Jameson from New Mexico Magazine. So, and we're making our own. Are we calling Pop-Tarts, or are they cherry
we're
tarts?
calling them that. We're calling them that because Rob Connolly, the chef at the Curious Kumquat down in Silver City, is the one who came up with this, and his idea was to model the professionally, commercially baked ones too, but to use maybe a little fresher ingredients that he had on hand.
So we start out with the dough here, is that right?
Dough, yes, and we were talking with Brittany earlier. I mean, we've just got a nice moist dough here that is some organic flour and an egg yolk and a little bit of sugar and not too much more, a little milk. So it's kind of like Play-Doh. You can play with it. If you got a kid around, they love to do this.
Yes. And you flatten it out.
We flattened some of this out, and we are under some very hot lights here. And so our dough is quickly getting soft, but we have two basic squares of it here, and you can make these any size that you want. And Rob himself likes to make these great big ones, and they're very cool.
Man after my own heart.
But we'll have kind of moderate size, because we have a moderate size plate today.
There you go.
Anyway, we've got two squares here. Now we have a little bit of egg right here, and we're going to just whisk that together. And that's going to be the sort of the glue that holds the top and the bottom together. So they just go like that.
Now it's just the egg. It's not mixed with water or anything.
Nope, just the egg itself. And so it's ready to go. And then this is our filling mixture, and that is while we have fresh cherries here today, and you could use like a fresh cherry filling or cherry jam. We're doing it Rob's way, which is with dried cherries, which means you can have great cherry flavor anytime.
Which we'll do. We'll do the filling here in just a second here. But I first want to ask you about the new issue, and we're talking Silver City, which to me is kind of a hidden gem.
It really is. I mean, it takes a little while to get down there from this part of the state, but it is so well worth it. I mean, the gorgeous Gila area around there. But the thing that was just so fascinating to me is that it's like a miracle mile of restaurants on their main street, Bullard Street, that's through there. So we talk about several of those. The Curious Kumquat, Chevek and Company is another really good one, and 106 too. And then there are all these others too. We kind of profiled those three and their chef owners. All of them are local little places that do all kinds of interesting things with their food. Rob's is a very elaborate haute cuisine that he forages a lot from the Gila.
Oh,
and,
very cool.
Yeah, and he also buys his animals from 4-H students there that grow, the cattle
so
and the
keeps it
lambs.
really close.
Right, very local.
That's great. Now, is this issue out right now? Can we
This
pick
is
it up
out
on
now.
newsstands
You
now?
sure can.
Fantastic.
And you can learn about all these different restaurants, and there's some other places that we mentioned, like Diane's, which has an incredible green chili Benedict.
Very cool. Well, we'll be talking more about that, and we're going to be stuffing our little Pop-Tarts when we come back. But first, let's head over to Cassandra Crimmy with what your weather looks like outside. Like Sykes outside. I can't even talk right now. Cassandra, take it away. I've been singing too much this morning.